Hello and welcome. We have seen market gain significantly on the day of Haryana and J&K poll results, state poll results essentially. Now, as the picture is emerging far more clearer, we're seeing markets witness a huge uptick. Why is this happening? Are state poll results alone impacting stock markets? Well, to decode all of this, I'm joined by Ambareesh Baliga, market veteran. Thank you so much for your time. And
Thank you,
first,
Sakshi,
to
for having me.
really that is it just the state poll results and this correlation that as clarity has emerged for a hat trick really for BJP in Haryana, that we've seen this uptick in the stock markets? What would you say to those who are saying there is a direct relation?
So there are, a couple of reasons, but I think primary reason is the state polls because post the exit polls, it was decently clear that BJP is, winning neither of the states. And now with the sort of trends which have come, it's quite clear that they would be winning Haryana. And the performance as far as J&K is concerned is still better than what was expected in the exit polls. So, overall, this is positive for the markets. But I think there are, a couple of other reasons also for the markets to bounce back like this, because yesterday was the anniversary of the Israel attack, and it was expected that there could be an increase in the in the activities out there as far as the war is concerned. But then we've not seen that happening, at least in the last 24 hours. So that's slightly positive as far as the markets are concerned. And the third reason is that we have seen China and Hong Kong markets doing extremely well over the last 1 week or so on expectations of a huge stimulus package. And because of which we have seen a decent amount of FII flows, in fact, moving out of India and going to that region. But then, what we've seen this morning is that the package is not as per the expectations, and because of which we have seen the Chinese and the Hong Kong markets correcting quite sharply. And I think that to a certain extent is positive for India. So, we can say, these could be the three factors because of which the markets have moved up this morning. But then I think the biggest share or the biggest weightage is because of the state elections.
Right, like you mentioned, lots of factors really for the markets at the moment. Of course, state poll outcome, really the state poll results and the outcome there. Like you mentioned, geopolitical tensions at large, the Middle East tension that continues, the China factor, as you were explaining, and how since it was not as per expectations, we are seeing perhaps a shift there as well as far as investor interest in Indian markets is concerned, and also the RBI policy tomorrow. Now, in the midst of all of this, for those wondering that, look, which sectors should will outperform in the near term, what should their bets be, or where should they be bullish on in the near term, what would you say?
No, see, the way I see it is this is just a bounce back. We have seen a very sharp correction from there. We are seeing some sort of a bounce back. This is not a start of either bull run. Although we are decently close to the highs, we're just about 1,200 points away from the high. But I don't think we will see a fresh high, at least in the near future. Looking at that sort of a scenario, I would still say that some of the defensive sectors, should be the place to hide. Sectors like IT or a pharma could be a place to hide for the time being. Because, clearly, if you look at the monetary policy, I expect that to be status quo. And we could have, the governor talking about a rate cut possibly in calendar year 25 and not in calendar year 24. So I don't think that may be taken too well by the markets, at least in the near term. The other event which will unfold is the Q2 earnings. And again here, other than IT and pharma, I don't expect the other sectoral earnings to be surprising. At least on the positive side, we could have surprise on the negative side. So that again could push the markets down. So overall, if you're talking of the next 2 to 3 months, clearly I see the markets at least drifting down, unless of course you have a major geopolitical blowout. I think in that case we could see a sharp cut. Otherwise, we could see the markets drifting, although they would be volatile.
Right. So volatility you feel is essentially here to stay in the near term, and this really is your outlook as far as sectors at large are concerned. Thank you so much for decoding all of this for our viewers, and of course, to also explain to them that look, as of today, the outcome primarily in the state polls is impacting stock markets, but of course, in the near term, markets have a lot to worry about.
Absolutely.